So here's another tutorial on Blender on how to make low polygon stuff. So I'm talking cartoony kind of stuff, anime stuff, I guess, if that's what you want to aim for, or just nothing that require like high depth textures like in my previous videos. So let me just let my imagination run wild here. So we're not going to be working in the shading viewpoint. We're going to be going to this one. Second one up. Obviously, you're not going to know or see much of a difference at all, even when you click this one. Not much really happens. It's better to do it in this one because you can actually see the colours, whereas this one and that one's practically near useless unless you're like trying to line stuff up, which we will be using. You've already seen me use it, so. Right, so let's start off. Let's make like a log cabin or something. This can be pretty time consuming at times, but we're going to start off with a cylinder. Now, like I said, you can shade it smooth, but because this is a low polygon one, we're not really going to worry about that. So we're going to R and X it. So we're going to set it aside here. Now we're going to press S and X. No, we're not, because that makes it hideous. We're going to press S and Y. I'm going to make it log-like. So about that long here, line it up with these two roughly here. The lines stand out, and you get to learn how to use the lines pretty easily. Let's see how accurate we got it against those lines. Or not quite a line of symmetry there, but close enough. I'll accept that. Right, so here we have our first started log. So I'm just going to move it out of the way so when we spawn new stuff in, it can start from the center here. So what we're going to do is we're going to Shift D, and without touching the mouse or anything like that, if you've moved it aside, don't think, oh shit, what am I going to do? As long as you don't left click like that and leave it in place, you can't really go wrong. So anyway, we've duplicated that now, so we're going to go to the side view here, get more of a closer look so we know if we're overlapping or not. We're going to press G and Z to bring it. We're going to press G and Z to bring it up to about here. And depending on what size of the cabin you want to make, just keep going, So to make it short, we're going to select them both, Shift and D, G and Z up. So we're going to go 4 up. So already we've got our nice wall here, and what we're going to do is we're going to select them, and then we're going to press Control J, which connects them all, so we can move them without moving them individually anymore. Because it's a quick low polygon video, it doesn't really matter. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press Shift and D again, G and X across to bring it to about here. Let's bring that in a bit more. About there. Roughly, yes. Now what we can do here is we'll make another one. So Shift and A, cylinder, and then rotate it on the different axis if I can get it right. And I can never get it right. You're gonna have to get used to this with me here. I do things wrong all the time. I'm gonna bring it about here, and then S and X across, make it big. We'll even bring it out a bit so you've got little nibs sticking out here, which I kind of like. So there we go. Obviously, the more further we go in, the less room we have. So let's do it about there. So I'm purposely going to leave one here, and I'm going to duplicate this one, bring it up. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to make it smaller. Bring it across and try and match up with that one. That's what view are we at? Oh, that's handy. That's the front view. So we're going to just ease it down there, try to line it as best we can. And then duplicate this one, bring that across. I know that might be too big, but you can play around with the sizing, which we can do. So we'll just size that back as well. Go to the front. Again, I'm not worrying too much about perfection right now. And nothing should really be perfect, to be honest. Alright, select those two, just move them down a tiny bit, duplicate, up. Then select the bottom one, bring that one up. And here we have a little window already. How gorgeous is that? And we can practically do the same with the other side here. So let's duplicate them. Bring them over here, and you're already set up for a front door here. So duplicate these, bring one down about there, and then duplicate this bad boy, bring it over, And then we have a door. That's great, isn't it? Alright, we're going to select this one, duplicate that, turn it around. Let's go to the back view here. So we've got a view of our, is that front door? Yeah, so the back's the front. Got it. And we can bring that there, make it smaller, scale it down a bit, set it aside, scale it up so it can kind of reach there, I guess. And then bring it in the walls a bit, duplicate, do the same with the other side. You've got yourself a nice little front door here. Like I said, you can do the same with the window, but with the roof you can either use logs to go up. So let's select all and join, because I don't think we're going to make a log roof, but you can do this. You can Shift A, get a plane, bring it up, make it bigger, top view. So obviously we want it splitting down the side here. So let's try and align that as central as possible with the green line and the red to a degree. And then what we can do is bring this over, and even a bit of overlap isn't too bad. Then what we can do is we can R, get the right axis, yeah, R and Y, and tilt it a bit, and then go to the back view here and kind of align it to where you need it to go. So obviously it's not lining up with that blue line whatsoever, so obviously we R and Y again until we get it, and oh no, we're a bit short, so let's make it longer. About there, that'd do. Got a lot of overhang there, but it really doesn't matter. Let's place that there. There we go, it's just hovering. So now we can make it wider and maybe come out a bit more at the front too and the back so it covers a majority. Then what we can do is we can tab into edit mode while it's selected, press 3 on your keyboard or manually click it up here. And you want to be able to select the face. So 3 is the face selector, and then we're going to extrude up. I mean, you can make it as big as you want. Let's give it a bit of thickness. Right, there we go. There's one. Back into object mode. Duplicate this. Bring it over. And rotate it a few times, and here we go. It's almost perfect. Right, so we're going to go to the front view. Now time to adjust this so it lines up. There we go, we've got a nice little roof going here. Now what you can do is you can spawn in a cube, bring it up to view, and scale it down to the size just so it's big enough to cover that crevice. Put it almost central with the crack, and then we do this, bring it out a bit more. I want it to overlap the roof a bit. And then bring it down. And here you have a nice top to your roof. And then what you can do is you can bring up I'll do it. Bring up a plane here. Bring it to the back. And then what you can do is you can mess around and make it fit. I'll bring it outwards. So you can basically block that hole in the roof with one of these if you really want to. Let's align it with the inside beams there. Bring it down a bit. Wonderful. Right, so you've got these to worry about, haven't you? Right, so all what you do is to fix this. You're pressing 1 on your keyboard. You're pressing G, then Z, and bringing that down to about there. Actually, no, I've got a better idea. You're going to select the whole thing with A. You're going to Control and R, and leave that line that's already there by clicking, and then right-clicking. So now, what we can do is we can, while this top one's selected, we can press G and Z and bring that down like this. Oh look, it's got cat ears. And then we select this one, so make sure that's not selected, otherwise it's going to look hideous. G and Z, bring it down into the roof. This is why we've made the roof a bit thick, so it won't clip through no matter what. So if we go into a wireframe mode here, we can see that it's slightly... It would show if this piece of roof wasn't thick, if you get what I mean. And we're going to do the exact same here. Bring it down. Make sure it's not sticking out anywhere. Great. Alright. And we go to top view. Go into wireframe. So as you can see, we know exactly where it is. So what we can do is we can duplicate it and do it again over here. Go into solid. Look at that. You could live in that, couldn't you? Then obviously, if you want to, make a cube. Make it very small. Like this. And then start making a floor to your cabin. There we go. And obviously, like I showed you in previous videos, you can make windows. So let's make a log-like window, shall we? If I can rotate things correctly, that'd be great. Let's make that small. Bring it across now. Let's do some sizing up, shall we? Obviously, you can do any shape you want. You can do a square, or you can maintain this log shape. Either way, whatever works for you. We're just going over the basics here. Let's get that inwards more. Down. Okay, I'm happy with that. It's not the greatest. Right. So now we duplicate. 90 degrees. I swear I will get this right. one day. Put that across nicely, as so. Let's bring that out a bit. Right, now because we've already got our shapes, we can duplicate these, bring it to the middle, make it tinsy tiny. And do the same with this. Nice and small, make it smaller so it can clip nice and easily. Bring it across like that, and here we go. Here's your very well-made window. See, that's already starting to look quite impressive now, isn't it? And obviously you can do things like this. I've connected these already, haven't I? Shit. Okay, well, let me give you another example of what I mean. So I bring this over here. So to give it a log effect, again in low polygon, tab into edit mode, 3 on the keyboard, or by selecting it up here, you want to select the faces, so select this side, press I, so you can see your circle going inwards and outwards. So let's bring it to about there. And then you can E, in or out. So you can just put it in a bit. And then you've got your, you can put that on the ends there or something. You've got your little log effect there, or you can press I again, make the circle bigger, extrude in. See what I mean? And then obviously if you want to do this, so this could potentially crash the program now. So let's select the let's select all actually, and Control J. Everything is now joined together, so no matter how we move, it's all one. So I believe there is a way, which I can do in another video, of undoing the join thing. So let me get back to you about that one. I can't figure that off by heart right now. So I'm going to make sure the whole thing's selected, go into edit mode, press A, again make sure everything's selected, and then we're going to subdivide everything quite a bit. Right, so let's do one more subdivision there. Right, tab out, back into object mode, and select all sculpting. This could not work, so just bear with me if it doesn't. So get radius, strength's good. Aha. So select draw sharp. We can start making imperfections to the logs. And obviously, because this is low poly, it doesn't really matter that they're pixelated. You can tell from like the previous video, they're more pixelated than somebody would want to make a really high quality image would desire. To be honest, let's just give it some love. Obviously, you can take chunks out if you want, just increase the strength and really have a go at it. I mean, it looks awful, but yeah. Let's bring it down, just give that a bit more shit. Do the ends here. Obviously, you can do the roof if you want, create some dents. And here we go. There's your finished piece right there. And obviously, before joining stuff, you can do the colours individually. So I did download a texture earlier. So let's go into material, create new. And we go into... No, we don't actually use textures because I'm doing a low polygon tutorial. Haha! Almost caught myself out there. Right, so we need like a brown colour, so let's toy around with some ideas of brown. There we go. So now, there you have it. There's your brown house. So what we'll do is we'll name this to brown wood, just for reference sake. So yeah, everything is brown. And we can even add a window. Obviously, the more you subdivide, the harder it is to see within your object sometimes. So remember what we did here last time? New, and then glass. Bring that roughness all the way down. There you go. And obviously, if you want coloured glass, change that colour up a bit. Then play with the roughness so you can have more of a low polygon kind of effect going on here. About there. So yeah, be sure to select all and join, and now your window has become part of the product. So, I mean, from here, you can pretty much do anything you'd like to do. You know, you can make a cylinder from the inside, make it large, come out of the roof, bring it down a bit. Let's make it very large, so if we wanted to put like a oven inside or something at a later date, it's always there. So let's bring that more central into the building. Ah, those walls are so thick. Right, and then let's create a cone, bring that up. Let's try and get that as central as possible. Go into wireframe. Just make it a bit bigger. Back to solid. And you can even rotate it just to give it that bit of uniqueness. There we go. And here, let's go back into material preview. We can select new, and you can muck about with all sorts of things. You can make it glossy, so let's go for a gloss here. Let's go with a grey sort of colour. And roughness you can take away, give it a bit of shine or make it harder. Let's name that, I don't know, metal. And let's do the same with this one here. So the possibilities are endless with low polygon here. You can really have a lot of fun. Control J. Then even something as simple as a tree. Let me. So I'm gonna make this big. You can either have a straight trunk like this, or you can, let's go in front view, tab into edit mode, Control R, place one there, place one there, and then we go into wireframe. We want number 1, select this, and then we can just move it like that. We can twist, turn, rotate. Very funny looking tree, this one. See? You've got a very interesting looking object going on here. Now for the treetop, you can Shift A and get an icosphere. Bring it over here, bring it up to the top, and then make it big. As big as you want. It could be bigger than your house if you want. Let's bring it down a bit. Let's about there. That'll do. Make sure that trunk's in the tree there. There we go. And then obviously you can tab into edit mode and pull bits if you want. You know, bring it in, out, get some indentation going. Bring that out a bit. Let's make that top come out. Or you can edit multiple. So yeah, you can pretty much shape to your heart's content with this. We're just gonna, oh no, we're not gonna join it yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into, we're already in material mode, go to new, and base color. We're just gonna click base color. Make a brown color here. Obviously you want the right viewport. Let's go for a different shade of brown. Okay, it's very tree-like, isn't it? Then we'll click our icosphere, new, base color, green. There we go. Look how nice that is. And obviously, same with the trunk here. If you do so wish it, tab into edit mode, select all, and subdivide. Obviously, the less subdivisions, the more poly it's going to look, if that makes sense. So let's go to sculpt. And let's start hacking at this tree. See, because we've got less subdivisions going on, it's looking very pixel, isn't it? And then let's get the strength up, radius up a bit more. It's good there. It's got a lot of battle damage there and aging and what have you. Go back to layout. Now we can select the tree and the trunk, Control J, and now it's 1, so we can place that there. Let's get a good view of the building. So place that there, and then we can duplicate this and bring it over here and rotate it the correct way this time. And then if you really want to get creative, you can add a, I don't know, let's add a sphere. Get over here, make it small, bring it up to the tree, and then create new, base color, red. There you go, you've got a lovely red apple growing, waiting to be picked by yours truly. So yeah, there you have it really. There's the low polygon cabin or house, whatever, shed, whatever you want to call it. Great for designing like game levels even if it's something just, you've got an idea and you want to put it out there, and you can just get down a base idea of what your landscape looks like. I remember when I first started running Blender, I created a massive world, which did eventually crash. I lost hours and hours of work. In fact, I think it was about 6 or 7 hours worth of work, and safe to say, I never went back to it. So make sure you're saving religiously all the time. No, because I don't know if there's an autosave function for this that you can maybe get in the add-ons or what have you, or that there's something you can download. But yeah, it's always worth being very disciplined to save, or Control S every now and again. I mean, Control S, it becomes muscle memory after a while. So yeah. But I hope you're happy with this. I will come back with more low polygon stuff. You can do rivers, bodies of water, and I'll teach you how to use this feature, which I don't think it's going to work here. Oh yeah, so you can select areas and extrude it out, or bend it and manipulate. So again, nothing can ever be perfect, even in low polygon. But yeah, I hope this has been ideal for you, and I hope you've learned something from this. I'll be back with another video probably in the next couple of days. I've sat here and done 3 today, so I'm pretty pleased with myself. So yeah, any questions, ask away. Until then, take it easy. Bye-bye.